What is going on, fight fans? Whoo, baby, I got it. They sent me over not one, not two, but 3 exclusive screenshots that you will see here for the first time on Boxing Fanatico. Thank you, Steel City Interactive, for sending those over, and let's just start this video. This is Edward, and you're watching Boxing Fanatico. All right, so before we get into the screenshots, I know you guys are dying to get into it. There's also some information that I want to share with you guys. Steel City Interactive has announced that they have their own ESBC, Esports Boxing Club, Twitter page now. So it's like a sub page to the Steel City Interactive Twitter page. So if you haven't yet, make sure to follow the Esports Boxing Club Twitter, as well as the Esports Boxing Club Instagram page. So there's a Steel City Interactive Instagram and Twitter page, but now there's a more focused, more direct Esports Boxing Club Twitter and Instagram page. If you haven't, go ahead and follow those 2 pages. This is being run by the community manager that they hired, so I'll definitely recommend following the Esports Boxing Club page. He's also doubling down on the fact that the gameplay trailer will release this week, which is amazing because we can't wait for this gameplay trailer. So that's awesome. He also spoke about the website being revamped. So all of that is awesome. They're on track for that. We definitely want that. But I know why you're here. You're here for one thing and one thing only, and that is the beautiful screenshots that were sent over by Steel City Interactive. And thank you so much for sending that, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what that screenshot looks like. Let's start with the one that's on the thumbnail of this video, and let's build up the anticipation to get to the one that I think is the coolest, which is not the one that's on the thumbnail. However, the one that's on the thumbnail has the most information on it, and the one that's on the thumbnail is the one with Conor Nigel Benn. So Conor Nigel Benn is here, but if you notice, this thumbnail is actually in game, because if you look at the bottom of the thumbnail, you can see that there are indicators on there, and you can see round 1, 3 minutes, so it appears to be the beginning of the round. If you look at the left bottom corner, he's fighting Arturo Gatti, which has a red square on it, and that must indicate that he's in the red corner, while Conor Nigel Benn is in the blue corner. And right below their names, you can see this very simplistic and minimalistic design of a bar that I'm assuming is probably their stamina bar. I love this simplistic, out of the way design. It's so out of the way, when I initially looked at the image, I didn't even notice it. That's how out of the way it is. And I love that type of design when it comes to these things, because you really want to try to be as immersed as possible. So when you make it simplistic and minimalistic, the way it looks here is perfect for the immersion of the competition. So this is actually a screenshot of an in-game scenario. This is like a snapshot of in-game. He appears to either just be getting up to fight or getting prepared to fight. It looks like they're fighting in some sort of a warehouse kind of thing, so it doesn't look like they're in any, major MGM Grand or any major event with a lot of people. It looks like it could be a few people there. It's hard to tell from the angle that the camera's in, but it doesn't appear to be a very large arena. Also, if you look at the screenshot, if you look at the top left-hand corner, you'll see that it says build 0.8, which means that it's further along than the screenshot that they released with Conor Nigel Benn versus Ricky Hatton. Because if you pull that one up, and I can pull that up for you right now, you'll see that it says build 0.73, which means that they've moved further along with the game, and many games, a lot of games can come out already in beta with build 0.8. So early access can happen with build 0.8. That's usually enough. Granted, this number is subjective to the developers and what they feel is a 0.8 build, but when it hits 1.0, that's when the full game is ready to be released. That's the full build is 1.0, but the fact that this is build 0.8 shows that there's progress towards it getting to 1.0, and it's in the range of coming out for early access or even an early build or a beta release. So this gives me a lot of confidence that we will have the early access by December, because remember, this Ricky Hatton thing was released about a month ago and it was at 0.73. If the pacing continues and this is like 1 month after and it's at 0.8 and the pacing just continues in that way, then by the end of December we'll hit like build 0.9 and it'll be ready for early access. So this gives me a lot of confidence. Just on this one screenshot, we could see all of that. You could also see how the lighting is bouncing off of his back here, how it's bouncing off of the ropes. I love this aesthetic and this color palette for what's going on here. It reminds me of Fight Night, actually, in terms of like when they were in jail, when they were jail boxing. It has the lighting or the color textures or the color palette of that location during Fight Night, if you ever played the Champions mode in Fight Night Champion. But let's go ahead and move on to the second image that was sent over. If you look at this, is Coldwell Boxing Gym. So I love this because it's true to life. It's an actual gym that exists in real life. The Coldwell Boxing Gym is in Rotherham, United Kingdom. This is a true gym, and this is their continuous effort to make everything feel simulation. Instead of giving us a generic gym, and they could have been lazy with that and just make a gym, who cares? It's a training location, no one cares. But they didn't do that. They're actually giving us a true boxing gym, a boxing gym that actually exists, separating themselves further from a game like Fight Night, showing how they're standing above what that game did in terms of authenticity. This further reinforces the idea of this being a boxing simulation. You're not going to a generic gym to practice. You're going to an actual gym that exists in real life to practice. Now let's go ahead and move on to my favorite thumbnail that they sent me, this one right here. And the reason I love it is because it's in ring and it looks like they're in a major stadium. You can still see that it's build 0.8. This looks to be maybe a replay or something to that effect. We know that this person here to the left is Abdul Bari Awad, but the person to the right is the #1 ranked featherweight in the world from the UK, Josh Warrington. So Boxing Fanatico has exclusively revealed that Josh Warrington, the IBF champion of the world, the #1 ranked featherweight in the world, undefeated, is in the game. So thank you, Steel City Interactive, for sending me this image and letting me reveal Josh Warrington as one of the players in the game. And you can see the lighting bouncing off. You can see the tattoo that Josh Warrington has on his left side slightly from this angle. But what I love is the graphics and texture of this and how all the arenas are starting to feel different. There's different lighting that causes different color palettes to happen. If you look at, the Ricky Hatton one, you can see it's a darker color palette. If you look at this one, you can see it's a more brighter color palette that looks more in line with like if you're watching a pay-per-view or something. It's really, really nice. It has a larger than life feel to it. And it's in a big stadium, so it's in line with where they are. Unbelievable. I'm gonna go ahead and post these images later on my Twitter, so you should be seeing it up there soon, so that way you guys can take the HD image and share it to other people. So I'll have those up on Twitter later, but let me go ahead and show you all the clips one more time because they're just that amazing. We got the Conor Nigel Benn versus Arturo Gatti, who's unfortunately off screen, but it is what it is. We have Coldwell Boxing Gym, because remember, Coldwell is a confirmed trainer in the game, so it just makes sense to also have his gym there. And we have Abdul Bari Awad versus Josh Warrington, who Boxing Fanatico exclusively gets to reveal because he hasn't been revealed yet to be on the roster, but he's definitely on the roster. I know it's just his back and it's hard to tell because you can't really see his face, but Steel City Interactive reassured me that this is indeed Josh Warrington. So there you guys have it. Those are the 3 screenshots that are exclusive. They will be on my Twitter account at Fanatico Boxing. You could go over there and follow me as well, as I do post things on my Twitter account for Boxing Fanatico. That's where I'm most active other than my YouTube channel. The link to my Twitter will be in the description box below, and the screenshots will be up on there soon so you can have the high definition images. This just keeps getting better and better, guys. That's all I have for you for today. We're almost about to get the gameplay trailer, which is just gonna be amazing. I'm going to try to do a live reaction video, so I'm going to try my best not to watch it, but watch it on camera for you guys to see my live reaction. If you want me to do that, let me know. If not, that's fine, but I think I'm going to go that route. I'm thinking I'm going to go live reaction and then do my thoughts after the live reaction, so it'll be fresh. That's all I have for you guys today, but I'll see you next time on Boxing Fanatico.